Welcome to the Swarm. I'm glad that you have decided to stop by to see what the buzz is all about.
Hey everybody, Skeeter here. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're going to be working on my buddy Paulie Beam's Alpha Foxtrot Romulus. We got a factory, newly released aluminum grip, and we're going to change the polymer grip right off that gun and put the new one on. And for the YouTube police, this is not a gunsmithing video. It is a tutorial on how to change the grip. We are not modifying or changing the gun in any way. Okay, so we've got Paulie Beam's Alpha Foxtrot Romulus, and we've got the new aluminum grip from them with the magwell, mainspring housing, and pin. So we are going to put this grip on that frame. So let's get started. All right, first things first, we have got to take the magwell off of here. So let's move all this stuff out of the way. Okay, I've got to get a 5/32 punch and a gunsmithing hammer. Bring our bench block into play. I'm going to knock this pin out. All right, pin is out. You can use the punch to hold everything together. For now, we'll take that out. Magwell's off. Okay, now pull the hammer down. Mainspring is going to come out. We have the mainspring cap, spring, and detent that's in here that we're going to have to change, take out, and put into the new aluminum mainspring housing. We'll do that in a bit. Okay, I'm going to put our hammer forward. Here's our spring. All right, next we're going to take the safety out. So to do that, the safety comes up, and we're going to be a little tough because sometimes these things are tight. Got to try and wiggle it out, and if you can't, there it comes. There it is. Okay, safety's out. Put that aside. Now watch out for your plunger here that comes out of this tube here. That holds is your safety detent plunger. Make sure you don't lose that. Okay, we're actually going to take it out just so that we don't lose it. I'm going to put it aside. Okay, now I'm going to take the safety on the other side, just turn it up. That comes straight out just like that. And we'll put that aside also. Okay, now, grip safety is going to come right out. And then we should be good. Okay, now we're going to take off the grip. So we're going to start with a T20 Torx for the screws in the top of this grip frame. And there's a bushing behind it. So there's your screw. They're small, don't lose them. Just pop the bushing out like that. You see that? There's a beveled edge here and a flat edge. The flat edge goes to the top. So when we're ready to put that back in, we got to remember that. The other T20 on the other side, take that screw out. I think the bushing came right out, it did. We'll pop that screw out, bushing and screw, put that aside. All right, so now we have to get this screw here at the top of the trigger guard off. Now this is a T8, and I found that the other side is a T9, or at least this fits better. So I don't know if at the factory that got a little loose or not, but it seems to fit here, so we're going to try and get this off with a T8 and a T9. Okay, so T8 on this side, T9 on this side. Okay. I got to tell you the truth, we actually broke these screws loose off camera because we couldn't get them off before, so a little movie magic. So we're taking them off. Okay. Okay, here's the screw. It's tiny. Do not lose that. Okay, the other side is a bushing. So let me get a punch here. Where is my other punch? Okay, Paul, why don't you help me with this? Take the bigger punch and push as I'm screwing it out. Yeah. There you go, thank you. Okay, so you see the screw here? It's bushing, and that threads onto the inside. And there's the other side. All right, we're gonna put that aside. So now, this grip's gonna come right off. And we're kind of done with it, except we've got to take the trigger out. So to take the trigger out, we've got to take the mag catch out. And the way you do that is with a small screwdriver. You press the mag catch out a little bit until you can turn that screw. And then the mag catch is going to come right out. And the way 2011 mag catches work, there's a little groove right here. And you see, when it pops, you're under spring tension. And then you put it back in. That's how we got it out. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside. Now the trigger just comes right out the back. Easy peasy, simple. And we're done. This is gonna go bye-bye. All right, we're gonna start with our aluminum grip module. We've gotta put our trigger back in and our mag catch in. So first, trigger's gotta go right back in. Gonna slide that right in. Should be a perfect fit. That's the benefit of going OEM with the grip and using the same manufacturer of the gun. Mag catch is gonna go directly back in the same way it came out. Gonna turn our screw, just push it out, she's back in. Okay, real easy. Now the trigger can come out. Okay, let's move on to the next part. We're gonna put this right back on here. This should go right back on frame, just like that. Perfect fit. Now the bushings have a beveled side on one end and flat on the other. The flat goes up the top. So we're gonna hold that in like this. Oops, I'm sorry, I was backwards. We're gonna do it this way. A little tricky. There you go. I'm gonna put the screw in. And we're gonna use our T20 to put that back in. And you'll feel the bushing behind it should sit right in when it's correct, just like that. It's kind of like an M-lock on an AR. Again, we're going to look for our beveled side, which is this side here. That's going to go down. Flat side's going to go up. I'm going to put that in. Not as easy as it looks. Okay. Put our screw in. Get the screw started. Make sure our bushing is flush to the back of that grip and the frame. That she is. And we'll tighten that up. Not too tight, don't gorilla it. If they start to loosen on you under recoil, you can go back in and tighten them, maybe put a little blue Loctite on them, but guns and Loctite to me don't really mix. Okay, now we have to put this screw back in. So, if you remember, the bushing part was on the left side. Let me get the Torx. Okay. Just want to get the air. There we go. Okay. Now, we'll get the screw. that in. Let's get that screwed in. Okay, so now, be a little tricky, but you gotta balance the frame. Put your 2 Torx in. Again, we were using a T8 and a T9. Okay. Again, don't gorilla them because you can damage those screws. You may have to put a little Loctite in there, but it's a little dangerous because if you ever have to get it out again, you may have a problem. All right, so now we've got our new aluminum grip frame on the frame. Let's go to the next part. All right, so now we have to take the mainspring cap, spring, and detent out of the plastic mainspring housing and transfer it to the new aluminum one. So we'll bring our bench block in. Easy way to do this is we can put our punch, our 5/32 punch in the block, and then we can depress this, which is the cap where the spring is underneath it, and we need to push this little pin out. That holds it in, and we need a 1/16 punch to do that. So we're gonna put that here, carefully depress it, push the pin out. Okay, here's the pin. It's tiny, and it's got a little head on it. Okay, that's what holds it in the mainspring housing. Now I captured it with the punch, so I'm gonna gently pull this out, keep my finger over it. Actually, you know what? I can't do that. I need to depress it to do that. So you need 3 hands to do it, but I'll figure it out. Depress, pull it out. Okay, there you go. So there is, let me take this out of the way, our mainspring cap, and the detent. Okay, we're gonna put the plastic one aside. We're gonna insert this into the aluminum one, bring our bench block back, put our punch back in. Now be careful that this does not fly away, okay? It's under a lot of spring tension, and this pin has got to go in from this, from the front, backside, I'm sorry. So we're gonna push down, put the pin in, release pressure, and there we go. Pin is in, it's flush, and everything's good. All right, let's go to the next step. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Northeast Reloading, your go-to for brass, projectiles, and all your reloading needs. All right, next, gotta put our sear spring back in. This goes into this little notch. Like so. There we go. Now, all 3 of these just sit on top. You don't push them underneath anything. Just leave them where they are. And then, you're going to take your mainspring housing and you're going to insert it. I'm trying to do this while keeping it on camera without scratching anything. There we go. You want to push it in part way so it holds that spring in, just like that. Okay? Then we're going to flip the hammer strut down just to hold it for now. Get it in there, just for right now. Okay, just like that. All right, so now we've got to get our grip safety in and our safeties on. So we're going to insert the grip safety, and you see how this little tang here sits on that little part of the spring? That's correct, okay? And then we are going to hold that in with the right side safety. That just goes up, comes down. Okay, then we're gonna push down on the grip safety, and you hear a click. So now, okay, we've got to get our grip safety down, hammer strut in. You got to jiggle it around to get that in. There she is. Okay. Now that that's in, got to get our mag well on. This is tricky because this thing is really, really tight. And that just popped out on me. So let's get it back in. Don't force anything.
Use the force, Luke.
Okay. There she goes. All right. Now we got to get our pin in. But we've got to make sure that this hole is lined up here. And it is now. Okay. So let's get the pin in. I'm going to tap it with the hammer. And finish it off with the 5/32 punch, just to get it flush. And there she is. Let's take a look at that. Okay, to get that in a little bit more. Beautiful. See our pin here? Magwell is on. Okay, let's move to the next step. All right, we've got to get our left side safety in. So hammer's got to come back. Our plunger is in. Safety's going to go in, and then we have to press that plunger to engage with the safety. We're going to try this little plastic tool here because we don't want to scratch the gun. And that's not working. Let's try something else here. I don't have a little flat plastic piece, and I don't want to use a screwdriver. There we go. Got it. Okay. So there, safety is on. All right, working. All right, let's get the rest of this gun back together. All right, we got to put the slide back on the frame. We're going to make sure that our barrel link is forward. Put the slide back on the frame. And we're going to line it up. There's our barrel link. Going to put our slide lock in. And then pull the slide back to the notch here. And set her in. Nope, she didn't go in. Okay. Now she's in. Okay. All right. Let's check it out. Safety on. Works great. Safety off. Grip safety not depressed. She's safe. Grip safety depressed. Hammer drops. Here's our new Alpha Foxtrot Romulus with aluminum grip. Hey folks, thanks for stopping by today, and we appreciate you watching the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And by the way, stay tuned. We got some bloopers at the back end here. They're going to be pretty funny. And until next time, Skeeter out. All right, first we've got to put our plunger back in for our slide lock. I'm going to do it again. That's for your slide release, slide lock. Me. You're going to edit that. All right, make sure that your barrel link is forward. Put the slide onto the frame. Until next time, Skeeter's getting the out of here.